My name is Dr. Von Crazy, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X. Last time, we finished the very final mission in the entire game, and faced the greatest challenge there is on offer, Telethia the Endbringer. And this time, we are going to be becoming heroes of New LA by surveying the entire place. And to start with that, I want to look at the map. There are only a few places we haven't been, and most of them are affinity shifts, which means we have to talk to people. But a couple of them are locked. There's 3 locked ones, and those ones mean that I don't have someone that I need for them in the affinity chart. I don't know off the top of my head exactly how to get all of those, but I know some of them. So I am going to attempt that. It's not that difficult to figure out who needs... Oh, you need to be at night. Okay. It's not difficult at all to figure out who you need to actually talk to change the affinity shifts, because, well, it'll tell you. The game just shows you. Of course, I can't find Cedric. There he is. Cedric's who we're looking for in this segment. Ah, jeez, I don't know what I'm gonna do. A guy by the name of Old Valadeo asked me to make a weapon that even a prone can use. But I don't know beans about the prone, or how they fight, or even what level of tech they're comfortable with. I've discussed it with the guys, but no one has any clue what we should make for them. And when I ask Old what he wants, the only feedback I get is something good. So what should I make? Do you have any ideas? They do wield laser-based weapons, so I don't think they're gonna be happy with something like a club.
Great.
I guess that makes sense. After all, they say that their enemies in the Cavern Clan are stealing human weapons and using them without any modifications. I guess they're more nimble than they look. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna put all my weapon crafting skills into this baby. That old Valadeo is gonna end up with one heck of a laser rifle. Heck, maybe it'll even deepen our friendship with the prone. Oh, he actually doesn't know how to use that. Okay, I guess I did wrong there. Oh well. I really thought he would, because that's exactly what they use in the field. Or at least I think they use laser weapons? Ah, this guy shows up during the day, doesn't he? He shows up in this corner somewhere, I think. Or maybe... Yeah, he... Oh, there you are! Wolf! Wolf is the guy I'm looking for. Yeah, I thought you showed up all the time. Lots of blades have died on the battlefield. There aren't that many of the old-time veterans left. So this is the ideal time to begin actively recruiting new members from among our xenoform allies. You there! You got a look on your face like you know a great deal about these xenoforms. What do you mean, what kind of look is that? When I speak to you, the only thing I want to hear is, yes sir, is that clear? Now I want you to introduce me to physically fit xenoforms who could make promising blade operative candidates. Right now, soldier! Oh, Gizong would absolutely be good at it. Absolutely. What? You know a Rothian who can split into copies and attack a foe from multiple sides? He would be a better candidate for blade than I dared hope for. Then NLA's security would be guaranteed. And you say his name is Gizong? I had no idea that so great a warrior was lurking in our city. I will go recruit him immediately. I can't remember the last time I was so excited. And that'll do that one. This next one is the one that bothered me for the longest time while I was playing for the first time. Because you can't do this one until you do the Nobopon side quest.
Nobopon!
Meh, great friend empowered by spirits. Now listen to what Divine Nobopon has to say. Divine Nobopon was nearly wiped from existence by a strange, full-bellied gecko-like creature. It told Divine Nobopon that there is no such thing as ghosts. Then it used static, crackly electric weapon to stun and kidnap Divine Nobopon. Evil full-bellied gecko wanted to conduct a nasty experiment to see what happened as Divine Noblepon subjected to voltage. Thankfully, Divine Noblepon managed to escape. But full-bellied gecko made a mistake and accidentally told Divine Noblepon name. It actually Luadu. Luladu? Full-bellied gecko must be punished. It must learn price of messing with eternal being like Divine Noblepon. Meh! So, great friend empowered by spirits. Tell Divine Noblepon weakness of full-bellied gecko-like creature. That must be a man-on, for sure. And I prefer Noblepons to man-on, so I'm going to tell him the truth. Voltant is not good for them. So friend says that evil creature has weakness to this Voltant? Very well. Noblepon will send vast quantities of Voltant to foolish critter. Hear me, O spirits. Divine Noblepon commands you to blow a sinner known as the Luladu away in great Voltant Vortex. By power of heaven, Divine Noblepon smites thee. Voltant hell again. And that has completed the administrative district. So next up, I will poke around the residential district. I thought I had everyone I needed for this one. Let's try talking to Beats and see if that helps. Those prone are gonna live with us in the city. I know the dance of earthly tribute seems a little dubious, but it's not our place to judge. In fact, I figured I'd try moving through its rhythm just once to see what it was like, and you know what? It's incredible! Lately, I've just been casting my duties aside and dancing with the prone till dawn. You gotta try it! No, really, come on! Let's go bust some moves, prone style! That's interesting. Oh, I think yeah, I've done it! I have the info on Beats. I wonder why there isn't a bookstore here in the commercial district, you know? Some place where I could pick up old books from Earth? I know a lot of data was lost in the White Whale when it crashed, and what remains has yet to be organized in any meaningful way. But for the fuke of New LA's current residents, as well as future generations, we have a duty to make such texts available to any who want them. Plus, then I could finally get my hands on that book I've been looking for about the French Revolution. Anyway, yeah, I really hope they open a store like that soon. Well, for now, I guess I'll just search the provisional government's public database. There's gotta be someone around here who would know how to find the data I'm looking for, right? Pulling anything out of all that raw data is such a damn hassle. It'd help if I knew where to start looking. So I have heard of this Scopio. But seriously? Prone read books? I figured they'd just eat them or something. And you're saying that this prone is actually interested in Napoleon? That is so unexpected. You know, the title of my undergraduate thesis was The Crimes and Punishment of Napoleon. I held some pretty critical opinions of the guy, so I'm not sure if your prone buddy and I would see eye to eye. But I'd sure like to talk to him and find out. Anyway, thanks for the tip. I really appreciate it. There's that one. Next up, I want to talk to Veverita here.
What do I do?
This is the worst day of my life, isn't it? What am I gonna do? Oh, wait, you! Can you help, maybe? Wow, I can't believe that actually worked. I guess screaming loudly and looking upset actually pays off, doesn't it? It turns out I dropped my comm device somewhere and I cannot live without it, you understand? It's pretty much the only way I have of contacting my friends when I want to hang out, isn't it? And how else can I surf FrontierNav when I'm bored? Anyway, I'm sure you can see how this is a really horrible situation, right? And look, I'm not going to ask you to find it for me, but could you at least point me in the direction of a good intel dealer?
We do have Heesh, the Nopon.
Wonderful.
That's a Nopon, yes? Good idea. I bet this Heesh character could find my device in no time, right? I'll get in touch with him and see, I suppose. What's that? Heesh services cost money? How much money? Wait, that much? No. Forget it, alright? To pay those kinds of fees, I'd need to get a job. I'd rather be bored than complicate my life with something as taxing as actual labor, if you follow.
Absolutely fair. No one wants to do actual work. Sounds like a pain to me. Anyhow, I guess whoever's here probably doesn't show up during the night. If you're having trouble getting an NPC to spawn, they probably just show up during the day. I think it's you, this first man on here?
Pizza for
You wanna know what would be nice to have? Some light-speed jet fins. If I had those, I could apply the same gravity control system we use in our ship to float cargo anywhere it needs to go, couldn't I? Think of the time we'd save! The only problem is that you need to target an Atrion's main body or its back to collect the fin, right? And Atrions are tough as it is. Anyway, they're hard items to come by, but if you know any blades heading to silver them, do a man on a favor and ask them to bring back some, okay?
Oh, that's changed things.
Psst. Hey, you! Maybe you can clue me in on something. I heard there's a person in the administrative district who teaches uniforms how to use FrontierNav. Well, I was hoping to brush up on the ins and outs of the system myself, you see? Can you tell me this instructor person's name?
Gotta be Kirsty. You could speak with Tobias, but Kirsty's more likely to be agreeable.
Really? She helps oversee all FrontierNav? She must be some sort of superwoman, right? Then perhaps she'll know how to track down the materials I need to repair the city. Or even how I might compile information about Mira's mysteries. This is all very exciting, isn't it? I'm gonna go to squeeze every last drop of information out of this cursey person. Me man, I'll need to get with the times and become FrontierNav savvy, wouldn't you agree?
And that's all the affinity shifts in the commercial district, but there is a character that I haven't talked to that I need to, and they are hiding in the Manon Bazaar. I think it's you, Loma? How's life in New LA? Loma is grateful to human friends for creating Mira where Elder can be safe. But even with ganglion threat in past, human cities poses many dangers. Large chunks of metal often come swinging by and sending unsuspected Nopon flying. And some human friends treat Nopon like cute pets and try to take them home! Incorrigible! Work cut out for Loma to keep Elder safe. I'm going to talk to the other Nopon in the caravan just in case that wasn't the right one, but I'm pretty sure it's you. Never! No way! Not happening! Too dangerous! Sure, some brave Nopon think they are real bruisers, but most just hire bodyguard to do fighting instead. After all, Nopon with battle injury cannot sell as much, and selling is living. That's why Nopon like Nagogo and Elder make smart choice and come into city where human friends can protect them. And Popote... Every day, Grumpy Pon try to pound innermost secrets of Elderhood into brain of Popote. So tiring, man! Still, Popote happily come to a human city. Any place with this much scrumptious food is okay with Popote. After tasteless fare in Cauldros, menu in New LA is like a never-ending buffet of yumminess. Hot dogs, pizza, hamburgers. Popote ought to sell them all through Nopon caravans and make killing. I don't know how well... I mean, you can transport pizza, but can you transport it across the wilderness? Hot dogs and hamburgers would probably be easier. Once upon a time, in faraway land, there lived... What? Where? Oh, sorry. History stories from Grandma Pon of Non always dragged on for so long. Now Non automatically falls asleep while trying to remember them. Long story short, Non not really remember any of Nopon history. But friends can relate, right? Who needs history? Non want to live in now. Sure, I guess. How are you?
That green smoke fin's called Credoan Air sell for big money? It can only be obtained in caves of Oblivia. Hero saw it, but never bothered bottling since it looked like green fart or something. But Hero was wrong, so wrong. Think of fortune Hero could have made.
There. Now I know that things will go well later. And next I'm gonna head to the industrial district. Alright, I'm looking for you, Horan Alderon. How's things? Who could have seen these kind and gallant... Wait, what? Who could those kind and gallant fellows possibly have been? Ah, it's you, Dr. Von Crazy. Perhaps you could help me. I am trying to figure out the identity of the prone group that saved my life. You see, until just recently, I was prospecting for Voltant outside of the city. Unfortunately, I was spotted by a band of Milsadi, who was quickly surrounded my trailer. But then a squad of pink-colored prone appeared from out of nowhere, and thoroughly pummeled my Milsadi assailants. If it hadn't been for them, I'd never have made it back to New LA alive. But prone of that color are supposed to be loyal to the Ganglion. Why would they rescue me? So, that was probably Team Slavity. What? There's a group of pink prone that have deserted from the Ganglion? And you're saying they're now living in New LA and fighting against the Ganglion? Thank you so much. I will speak with them and bring a token of my gratitude. The way those women fought was nothing short of spectacular. I am eager to hear of the great deeds this Slavity has achieved from her own lips. And there we go! Oh, that was the only one I needed to do in the Industrial District too! Awesome! Let's head to the residential district. We want to talk to Lectric near the cathedral first. Excuse me, sir. May I help you with... Oh! You must be the man who wanted to arrange a memorial service here at the cathedral. You're not? Oh, I see. Forgive the confusion. Someone came by the cathedral with that request while I was away. But the person who took the message forgot to get the visitor's name, and no one seems to know who it was. I was hoping to hold the service as soon as possible. I would be remiss if I failed to do everything in my power to ease the suffering of the bereaved. If you wouldn't mind me asking, as a blade who travels widely throughout the city, might you be able to surmise the identity of the bereaved? The only information I have is that this person runs a restaurant in the commercial district, and recently lost a son. Oh, that I don't freaking remember! We did this so long ago! There's a correct answer here, and I think it's Coco, because of the Nopon that they adopted? I'm not certain I'm right on this, but I am going to guess Coco and put on screen whether I got it right or not. Ah, I know Coco. He works at the same cafe as Joe. To remain so stoic despite the loss of her beloved son. What a truly strong-hearted person she must be. Although I suppose he'd have to look after Joe day in and day out. Thank you very much. I will go straight to her shop and begin preparing a memorial service to bring her some small measure of solace. Of course, the best way to heal the pain of a loss like that would be to reclaim the life-force core. Then all of our it says has no idea. That means I got it wrong and it was Pauline. God damn it. Then all of our fallen could return in their mortal forms. Crap. Well, crud. I tried, I guess. Next up should be in here. Yes, Wendy, that's who I'm looking for. This is who I talked to the entire Nopon caravan for. Well, fiddle-dee-dee, I can't remember the last time anyone other than a salesman called on me. May I ask you something? Lately I've had a Nopon salesman knocking on my door one day after the other. They're always trying to sell me their handmade junk at absurdly inflated prices. Drums, wallets made of woven leaves, acorn abacuses, that sort of thing. They look so cute, yet there's something so sleazy about them. I worry that they're hunting for weak-minded people who will buy whatever junk they're pushing. I'd like to file a complaint before someone gets conned, but I don't know who to talk to about it. I hear the Nopon Elder is bad news in all sorts of ways, so he's out. But who else is there? suppose you could talk to Nagogo? He's the Nopon Elder's aide, I believe?
Amazing.
So he's the Nopon who looks after the Elder. Well, this Nagogo sounds very responsible, at least by Nopon standards. Very well, I shall go file a complaint with Nagogo. At the very least, I hope that'll stop the salesman from visiting 20 to 30 times a day, trying every possible strategy to sell me that junk. I swear I have had it with him! Oh, Nagogo just ignored Wendy. Oh well, maybe Loma would have been better. Next should be Foscarin, correct? Ah, it's you! What perfect timing! Metaphorically, I would equate the perfectness of your timing with happening to cross an umbrella just at the moment it begins to rain. Though I would not actually need an umbrella due to my mask, but... well, it's still a fairly good metaphor, is it not? Yeah, it's alright. Ah, but no, I mustn't allow my satisfaction with my well-crafted metaphor to distract me with the matter at hand. A matter that is a most interesting crone who is said to speak in riddles known as prophecies. Contradictory though it sounds, he says these messages from the past can be used to see the future. Do you have any knowledge of this man? I would very much like to ask him why he chooses to speak in such a fashion. Sure, why not? You've got Nimmy Turton to look for. So this man dispenses his prophecies day and night in the guise of a storyteller. A most amusing and fascinating calling indeed. I would very much like to meet this Nimu. Or to put it in terms of the prophecies in which he trades, perhaps I am destined to encounter him. Then our encounter would be fulfilling a prophecy, crafted thousands of years ago. What a strange feeling this is. I quite like it. Hopefully Nimul will accept me as his apprentice and teach me the ancient arts of prophecy. Well, isn't that an interesting little goal you have there, huh? This one must be at night because I do not see any characters here. Aha! One Conluar! Excuse me, but may I ask you a question? We're using purified water from the Biaho water purification plant to mass produce Senripa water. But we don't really know anything about the people who run that installation. I would like to be given a token of our gratitude to its employees, but I don't know who I should present it to. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, and if you happen to be acquainted with the staff there, could you direct me to an appropriate representative? I would consider probably Rosie, the current administrator. I see, so it is Rosie we have to thank for our ability to produce Senripa water. The plant is located in a dangerous area. Don't I know it? Oh boy. I imagine this Rosie could put a large shipment of Orphean technologies, fine arms, and armaments to good use. Reciprocity is one of the fundamental principles of the Alliance. And with this, a favor received shall be a favor repaid. I thank you for your guidance. And there we go. And I think that's all of the affinity. I forgot the one on the Nopon ship. Manon ship. Oh, shoot. I've missed one? Oh, which one's that? Well, I'll get the one on the Manon ship first. Oh, there you are, Zuranik. Sneaky hiding behind that lamp.
I feel like I'm on cloud 9 today, you know? See, I was having this lousy streak where I was getting nothing but bronze cards. But then this Rothian customer came along and bought these medkits I made called Ultra Regenerators. And she bought a ton, right? Do you want to know what my very first thought was after that? I thought about buying a whole wheelbarrow full of rare Mirror Life cards. That client was an angel, you know? She said she made all her money from white gold she lifted off some unsavory types. Or something? I didn't ask why she needed all the medkits, though. I guess it's a mystery. Anyway, I told her how I was going to use her money to buy every last Mirror Life card in Mirror, right? So he said, "Are those popular among the whelps of New LA?" And I said, "You don't have to be a whelp to appreciate these, I don't think." Anyway, as he walked off, I heard her mumbling that he might buy some for the kids. I wonder who he was. Anyone you know?
Yeah, that has got to be Gobway, Rothy and Robin Hood, or Gobway, the Empress of Card Collectors. No, let's tell him that it was Rothy and Robin Hood.
Oh, so he's a good guy then. Maybe he bought the med kits to help sick kids or something. In that case, I hope the cards he picked up are as souvenirs were packed with tons of rare Mirror Life cards, don't you? That ought to put some smiles on their faces, I would think. My day just got even better. It always feels great to do business with a good person, doesn't it?
Right, that's all the man on ship notes, so let me check what that last thing is. Well, the character I need to talk to is Caroline here. Hopefully it's just her. Is anything troubling you? I like taking care of other people's yards, but I wish I had a yard of my own I could design the way I like. Too bad real estate costs so much. Maybe instead of living in New LA, I could settle a town in Silverlum or Noctilum. It wouldn't need to be some giant thing, just a small town amidst nature like the ones on Earth. Yeah, that would be perfect. I could go to Blade HQ and see if they have any plans to do something like that. Oh, that's lit up my segment! All of the xenoforms who have come to this city have been good people. All of them except for the Orphe, that is. I heard a rustling sound coming from the garden earlier, and went to see who it was. And you know what I found? That Orphean Tonbarak, chowing down on the beautiful garden I'd poured my heart into maintaining. His human friend apologized profusely for his behavior, so I didn't report him. But now I can't stop worrying about the possibility that he might come back. I'm so stressed out I'm barely getting 8 hours of sleep a night. Orpheans are not dangerous at all. They just eat plants, girl.
Oh.
Wait, you're saying they're working night and day to make weapons for Blade? And that Tonbarak has become an avid tennis player in an attempt to understand humans? You know, I was in the tennis club back in high school. Maybe you should invite him to play sometime. Hey, yeah, if we work up a little sweat together, I bet he won't seem so scary. I'd best get going. Guess I'd better get my racket out of storage, yeah. Thanks for the advice.
Well, we've done a good deed, and that means every single segment is done in New LA except for one. And that last one is Mia's last heart-to-heart. Hey, girl.
Oh, I see.
Hey there, Chief! I was staring at the scenery here. Really brings back a lot of the old memories. This looks a lot like the Los Angeles suburb where I used to live back on Earth.
Oh, you lived in the old Los Angeles. Cool.
My parents were both adventurers, so they were away a lot. But whenever they came back, they'd always throw a big rockin' party in the front yard. Those were really happy times for me. They'd tell me tales of their expeditions, ask me what I'd been doing at school. But one day, they went out to climb a mountain and didn't come back. Everything changed after that. Our house used to be really happy, you know? But once they were gone, the place just seemed really sad. So now this scenery just makes me feel... I don't know. It's like a swirl of happy memories and painful ones. Like one of those ice cream cones with 2 flavors. Just makes me nostalgic, I guess. Oh, do I want to ask her more? Yeah, let's ask her more about her parents. My parents? Did I just tell you all about them? Well, again, they were adventurers. They were actually sort of famous back on Earth. They even summited Mount Everest a couple times. But my parents gave up adventuring for a while after I was born, mostly to raise me. Then, once I was older, they got back to it. I was 15 years old when it happened. The mountain they were climbing wasn't even an especially difficult one. They managed to make contact after reaching the summit, but on the way down, they just vanished. Like a puff of smoke, you know? Into thin air. There was a huge search, but neither of them were ever found. Yeah, I really miss my dads a lot.
Huh? Did I not mention that part? Well, yeah, I had 2 dads. And they were both pretty great. Some minor LGBTQ rep. You can't ask for everything, I suppose. That is, I think I've mentioned this before, but that is one of my more minor complaints with the series in general. All of the characters are cis and straight. Like, you could have some representation. But with all that done, next time on... with everything in New LA done, rather, not just all that, every last thing we need to do in New LA is now done. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X, we'll be completing every segment outside of New LA that isn't related to a tyrant. See you guys then.